talking and you go 12 hours and I don't hear nothing.
I wouldn't say you wouldn't hear nothing, but it would go.
But you just said I go to day.
Yeah, but you're right. Okay, so I'll give you that. But why you can't text me then?
But what if they did?
Are you gonna text back?
That's the thing.
Because if you can text back.
No, I was told.
Because it's like, don't text me 6 hours later. That's the day.
But also now, I do got some rules on texting.
And you got too many dang on.
See, you need therapy. You got trauma. You are not healed. You said
all the stuff that you're asking from the person.
You're giving them PTSD. You're going to make them start twitching. It's going to get back. All that therapy they
did not. Well, welcome back to Relationship Status. As you can see, we are back in full force. How was the trip?
Did you intro?
I know.
No, I don't do.
Did you say welcome to Relationship Status Podcast? Like, what happened? I'm so confused about what's going on today.
Well, go ahead. You start.
No, this is your part, literally.
Welcome back to Relationship Status. It's your boy Yusuf in the building.
You know.
And I'm here with.
I'm Ferranda.
And
Khori.
Hey! Now we know everybody, and here's the intro.
Lord.
And you catch us on all podcast platforms that you can for free 99 and YouTube and wherever you want to find your show at.
That's where you are.
I feel like I'm going to be attacked today.
Maybe. Yes.
Maybe.
Strong possibility. Yes. She said yes, so resounding one twice.
See, now here's the thing.
Girl power.
Yeah, I need CL back. Where's CL? Okay,
next time. That's a whole other category all by himself. I don't know if he would be on your side or on his own side.
CL is usually on his own side, but he has a way of being on everybody's side and nobody's side at the same time. But Khori's back for a second episode because she was here Monday, and she did a wonderful job.
Love you. I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. So we're going to jump right to it. And we're going to get into this letter.
Oh, man.
Okay. Letter for today. Hey, y'all. Love the show. And I've got a story. Story time, guys. So about a year ago, I started dating this guy I met at a friend's party. Super charming, funny, and had that been through some things, but glowed up kind of energy. Okay. Early on, he told me he used to be wild in his younger days, but that he turned over a new leaf. I respected the honesty and appreciated that he didn't try to pretend he was perfect. Fast forward a few months and things got real, emotionally and physically. But little cracks started to show. He'd go ghost for a day or two, always had an excuse. I found out he was still texting his ex just to check in, he said. Then I heard from a mutual acquaintance that he had cheated on multiple girlfriends in the past, one of whom was actually pregnant at the time. When I confronted him, he swore up and down that he wasn't that person anymore. He told me that he had been in therapy, he had grown, and that I was the first person who made him want to do better. But I couldn't help feeling like I was just another version of his past. I eventually broke things off because I realized I was doing more emotional labor than loving, constantly trying to convince myself that he had changed, even when his actions said otherwise. My question is, how do you know when someone's really changed versus just being better at hiding the same old behavior?
Khori, you rolled your eyes a little bit over there.
My.
I can't remember if it's you or Hostile who points out my facial expressions.
It is Hostile.
It is Hostile. And I realized, and I'm like, crap, try to fix it.
Now you don't have to.
Too late.
Nah.
Oh man, that's a lot. It's like, girl, you spelled it out for yourself.
Yeah, well, she said she broke it off, but I think that the question that
is she trying to just
I think the question
get
she's
some
posing,
clarity,
I think more
guessing?
so is, how do you know when somebody's changed? Like, I think people sometimes we try to look at it, well, that's their past. All right, so I'm gonna try to look past their past. So, and if they say they've changed, you don't know what they changed from.
I was just about to say she don't know. You don't know when they changed because she don't know that.
So you kind of try to look past these red flags of stuff, but then if things are popping up along the way, yeah.
The problem is she jumped into this relationship. She went from 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds.
I'm just trying to figure out the physical part.
Yeah,
She said
physically and emotionally.
She
said
she fell in.
Yeah,
like,
she got in there.
It got horizontal and vertical and everything else.
Oh, you mean bumping pelvis?
They was out there doing the thing.
Fast forward a few months and things got real emotionally and physically.
Okay.
And if he gave you this warning up front that, hey, I'm not who I used to be, then for me, that signals, all right, so I might need to ease into this to see whether or not this is actually real or...
Because my question is, why did he even tell her?
That's what I was about to say. Like, why would he even...
Because she don't know him from a hole in the wall, so what was the need for that?
And it's giving... So here's the thing. Especially when we're adults.
Unless they just have mutual friends.
Yeah,
so,
like when we're adults and because all of us have a past, right? Like nobody, especially at our ages, is coming into a relationship unscathed, not having done anything perfect.
Right.
But that's why you have to ease into things and take the time and opportunity to get to know people beyond just them. Because whenever you're in that little bubble, those first few months and everything's all cutesy and glittery and, you're just in this glow, you come out of this. Yeah. And you come out of this and then it's like, oh, snap, who am I with again? Have you checked the references? When you get a job, they calling around. They checking up on you.
But people check references by going on somebody's social media.
Nah, I ask friends.
Yeah, like you need to be asking friends. You need if you have mutual acquaintances. If y'all grew up around the same, like her
homegirl. Well, I'm thinking it's a homegirl, obviously, because the dude is not going to tell you. Yeah, he used to cheat all the time. No,
a dude would if he was trying to get the draws from you.
But she didn't say. I'm sure it was a woman.
Yes.
And she said, yeah, girl, he used to cheat on all his exes. Because a man's not going to go into detail about who he used to cheat on, what was her, she was pregnant at the time. Men don't gossip in that sense. Like,
oh, no, we don't.
Yeah, just letting you know, like, he used to sleep around on his girlfriends. That's the furthest y'all go. She's got the word, oh, he used to cheat on his girlfriends, and one of them was pregnant at the time. That's tea. That's women talk.
Well, no, there's dudes do stuff like that now. Because I remember I had just started dating this girl one time. Just started dating this woman.
You was giggling and gossiping?
No. I just started dating her, and me and this dude went. We went to school. She went to a different school, and he somehow heard that me and her were kicking it. Came to me, said, "Yo, you mess with such?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yo, like last year, the homies ran a train on her."
Woo!
I was like.
What did you do with that information?
Nothing, because I didn't know if it was true or not. I didn't ask her. She didn't present herself to me as such a person. So it didn't.
That could have been her fantasy. You never know.
It could have.
It's a lot of girls with fantasies like that out there.
No, I get it, but to me, that's not what she showed me. So,
right. And
then I didn't know the motive because me and him were cool, but we weren't like. We hanging out and we chilling all the time. Like, I'm not looking out for you. This this didn't come across as a look out for you. It's like a tell on her type of thing. That's the vibe I got from it. So, so dudes do stuff like that.
No, that I believe.
Yeah, so it was like, don't say they don't gossip because I know some dudes that need to wear skirts because they do gossip.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm talking about,
but now it's more. Because
how
you just literally said that guys gossip too. So why he need to put on a skirt?
We were talking about.
I'm talking about some guys because you said women gossip differently. That's a woman's way of gossiping.
No, it's different. And I'm talking. She wasn't gossiping. She was giving her a fair warning. That's what I mean.
But isn't that
No.
Okay, so
that's putting me on.
Gossip, right?
That's putting me like your homeboy. That was if he was gossiping, it's more in the sense of she let the homies run a train on her, and then she did this, and she be doing that, and then I don't even know why you talking to her because she act like this. That's starting to gossip. But if he just straight up said, like last year she let people run a train, I'm just letting you know. That's giving you a heads up. I wouldn't say that's gossiping per se. Gossiping is when they got more details and they got to keep going because it make them feel good. That's gossiping.
And also checking the motives. Because, to your point of depending on why it is that he was giving you that information, that determines whether it's gossip or Like she said, I'm giving you a heads up.
Right.
Because I mean, if I'm looking out for you.
But, I mean,
Right.
but that's what I'm
Because
saying.
if I came to you and I say, Yusuf,
See, but I would trust that more because
Exactly,
me and you
so-
are,
but that
me
ain't
and you-
gossip.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
me
but
and
it's
you
not
are,
gossip.
Yeah.
But me and Veronica she could come to
I'd
me
be
and
like,
say that.
"Ooh, I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like she'd be like, I don't know about that. Like, and that's cool.
No,
But him,
gossip.
I'm saying like we don't run in this with him. We didn't run in the same circles.
Gossiping is just talking about somebody for no purpose. Like
Okay.
you just want to sit up there and talk about that person. Like, yeah, she did this, she did that, and then she was letting them do this, and then I know from 2 years ago she let the other homies do this. That's gossiping. But if
So
she,
did you
if
ever
he
find
just,
out if it was true?
right,
No,
that's a great answer.
no.
How
I
long you dealt with her after that?
married her
Oh, okay.
and then got divorced.
Oh. Did you ever feel anything after that divorce?
The power of being. I mean, the marriage quickly. We were married for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
We didn't.
But she never gave that energy.
No, never.
Oh, so he,
never,
yeah,
not
he was
one
probably
day.
just he
Never,
just,
not one day. Was
see,
that
his
there.
motive was he wanted some. She probably ain't give him none. That's why he was mad. So
And
he's
I
gonna
mean,
throw her under the bus, under the
yeah, 'cause
train.
she never really
whatever.
did that.
Throw her under the bus
She
under
threw
the
her, he
train.
threw her under everything.
For real, that's what I'm
I know
saying.
some people. I know some people who, and I guess this kind of ties into the topic. Like I know people who would. All you got to do is say any little thing about the person and their past, and they're like, "Oh man, that's a red flag. I'm out."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they
yeah.
taking your word. You're taking the word of a person who's not the person that you're with, and running
Yep.
with it and making a decision off of that rather than maybe taking it to the person and saying, "Hey, look, you know, let's talk about your past maybe if it does concern you." But I don't think I for me it's always been I don't want to hear about your past. I don't
Yeah, man,
I don't want to
wasn't
know
there.
nothing. I don't because I think the guy volunteered too much information in the letter. Like, yeah, you know, I used to be wild, but now I'm tame. You know, I've changed. But
I
what did
don't
you-
say I don't want to know about your past.
don't
I
wanna.
do think that there's levels. Like,
Yeah, I like
I ain't
exploring somebody's past.
right.
I
but
like
I'm not coming out the
because I'm
gate.
learning who you are.
Exactly. I mean, and you can't not share your past if you're sharing who it is that you are as a
Mm-hmm.
person.
It depends on parts. Like, I don't want to know your number.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
some of
I
those
don't.
specific,
I don't
those
want. I don't
specific
want to know
things.
those experiences. Like, okay, because think
But
about it.
I
Like
also
this.
think that it depends on the stage of the relationship because there are some things, especially if you were a hoe. I'm not saying I want to know your number, but if we get serious and we're starting to think about marriage and all this other kind of stuff, I want to know that you was out there because I don't want to be surprised by that. Because if you was out there, that means that eventually
If we
I'm
walking
probably
outside,
I'm
walking
gonna run into
outside, and somebody
somebody.
gonna be like,
Right.
"Oh, what up, Felicia?"
and I'm
And
gonna
this
be
is like, "Come on, man."
what, like, what's happening?
But my thing is,
here?
what would that have to do with your?
It's
now?
about just
It's
no.
awareness.
It's definite
I
awareness,
don't want
and it's
anybody
about
to tell
being
me
courteous.
something about you that, and I'm the one that's with you. Like,
Like I don't want to be outside and somebody laughing at me behind my back, and it's just
Yeah.
like, what is this?
yeah,
That's making me uncomfortable.
there should be very little, especially the closer you get in, especially we're talking about marriage. There should be very little that I found out about you from somebody else.
Yeah.
I guess I'm different, and I can't say all men are different. I can just say I'm different. I only like if stuff with your kids, maybe you and your kid's father, maybe past relationships, not necessarily some others like past serious relationships, things that you've been through, things that because you may have walls up, you may have there's some trauma that you may have there that I gotta kind of work through. But
Yeah.
like on the nature of if you had a whole past, if you did some
All of that
things
is part of trauma.
Yes,
how
it is.
how you interact in a relationship is all of that has something to do with it. What you expect from me in this relationship has something to do with how it is that you treated past relationships or situationships or whatever it is that you might deem them as.
So how
all
far?
of that
So how far
matters.
does this resume have to go back for you to be like, okay, I'm
No,
not gonna
it's
take,
not.
I'm
I don't
gonna
need
take-
your resume. It's
That
because
I'm not
as
gonna take
time
this
goes
into
on,
account.
I start learning about you. But I don't want to not know anything.
Yeah.
Like say I'm going out with this guy, and then a group of females is staring at me, and then it's just like, why are they all staring at me? Oh, they crazy. I don't know. But on the low, oh, he messed with her.
No, but-
Oh gosh, she a hoe.
No,
And
but
he
in
don't know.
but
This girl don't even know that we all laughing at her, and that's very inconsiderate and uncomfortable for your partner. Like
but I
you
think
didn't even.
But I think if in that moment he should tell you, like he shouldn't lie about that. Like in the moment, why are they over there giggling and keying?
No,
well,
but that's where.
that's the moment I would go.
But
hey,
that's
look,
where those conversations happen before that. It's like that's pillow talk. So what you used to do back in the day? Like I've asked prior partners, like what you was doing back in the day? Like yo, I was wild. Like oh, you was outside like that? Like yeah, but I ain't doing all of that no more. Like it's a nice thing to be honest about because I don't want to ever be out on a date and then I got to worry about her because now I'm gonna beat her ass and then we get to talking about I'm not gonna beat your ass because I don't hit men, but my brothers is gonna beat your like just
Yeah,
I'm lying,
and the level
but,
of specificity,
it's just it's upsetting.
It don't have to get to. I don't need the nitty gritty details of your past. Like I don't need you to tell me. Like to your point around the number, I don't necessarily need to know the number. If you tell me you a hoe, like okay, that just kind of explains itself. But there are broad strokes things that I absolutely want to know and need to know about your past in order for me to be able to feel comfortable and to feel like I know you. And like I said, I don't want nobody coming to me telling me something about you of that nature. And so so you to be the one to get ahead of that. Like let's not be out here.
Because I wouldn't know.
It's pillow talk.
I wouldn't know.
And it's based off of the questions that are asked. I'm not saying that you just spilling the beans. You know,
I get that.
When y'all learn about each other, what's your favorite color?
Right.
What's all of this? What's all of that? How old were you when you lost your virginity? That question comes up sometimes with a lot of couples.
That question does.
And it's just like, oh.
Why not recently?
And it's even as adults, it's like, oh, so I'm just trying to figure out what's the right questions because people start asking those sex questions come up like oh what you like
that's
what kind of stuff you like
that's a good like how
and
soon
when you
is too
start
soon for that
finding
question?
out when y'all about to get physical
No, I said how soon is too soon because
ain't no too soon.
If somebody asks too soon, it's a turnoff.
Because let's be honest, everybody's adults, okay? Nobody's waiting until they go out on 20 dates anymore. Nobody's waiting, oh, we were going to wait, till prom. But no, we're adults. Some people have sex on the first date. Some people have sex on the third date. If they don't know how the chemistry is going to happen between them, it's like, oh my gosh, I like this person so much. I didn't expect to feel this way. It happens. People slip up. They go against the grain. They go against their rules, but it happens. So as soon as when it starts getting physical or when you start seeing, like men know when they're going to sleep with somebody instantly. Women know within the hour, like, ooh, no. Like we know. So that's when it's right to ask those questions when you just start feeling each other out. Like you start touchy-feeling on each other, being intimate, like in the kissing way. It's never too soon. When we getting physical in any kind of way, it is never too soon to ask them questions. It's a grown-up question. Sex is natural. People need to stop.
I might take a little bit of a different take on that. I do think there is a such thing as too soon. And
I mean, I don't want to. If we ain't go on a date, don't be asking me while we just texting.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And that's what I'm saying. Like because. And I guess because of where it is that I am now, I know that I'm dating with intention. I'm dating with purpose. I'm too old to be out here just willy nilly. Like let's just have fun. I don't have to have fun with you. I have friends. And so
wow,
like, it's fine. But so with that being the case, like because I'm dating with intention, because I'm dating with purpose, I don't want you out the gate wanting that to be what you're leading with.
Right.
Because there are other parts of me that you need to know a whole lot more and a whole lot better before that part of me even starts to make sense to you. And so I do think that there is a too soon, but I do think that is dependent on the people and the nature of their relationship, and what it is that they're going for in their relationship. As for me and my house, don't come at me at date 2 or 3 talking
that
about
part.
So
what's your favorite position?
Yeah, like what we doing? How we doing? Like
blocked.
First off, you are. I unfriended somebody on this little dating app for coming in my DMs cussing. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Okay?
I know what we say. He said,
He was like, OMFG or something. You're so fine. And I'm like, sir, you don't know me enough to be, first off, you swearing and putting Jesus' name in the swear. You don't know me like that. So like, come on, let's get it together. But so yeah, no, I please, there's so much more to talk about. Not saying that that's not a very important component when we get there, but that's not going to be a very early on conversation. Like, I wouldn't even necessarily say, like, you telling me your status or your number. No, what he shared was too much, to your point that you made earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
First meeting you and I'm saying, oh my gosh, I was out there, I was wilding and I done changed so much. No, that's not. What's your name?
I think that's more.
How
I think that's
are
more
you?
so validation for him, though. I think that he's
Yeah,
leading
that's
with
definitely
that.
for him.
He's trying to lead with that to kind.
He sounds like a narcissist, if I'm being honest.
That does. He has glow up energy, as she said.
Yeah.
Like it seems like he's trying to push off this persona to her.
You're trying to impress.
Yeah.
I'm trying to impress you.
Okay, I got a question.
Oh gosh.
What's
Why
the-
you
what's-
gotta lean like that? Like, I don't know if I want to answer
She
this
said it's so
question.
aggressive.
it's
I don't like
Right,
it.
I don't know.
It's to both of y'all.
I got
What's
a question.
because I had a conversation today. A friend of mine, she went to a bar, and she said, "Well, let me tell you, happened to me at the bar.
This sounds like a joke.
It's not a joke.
A woman walks into a bar with a poodle under her right hand
It's funny you said poodle. 'Cause she's a
and a
Sigma
purse
Gamma
of the.
Rho. It's funny you said poodle because she's a Sigma Gamma Rho. But
That's
so she said-
crazy.
she said the guy,
hilarious.
the guy was younger than her, and he started talking to her. And as he was talking to her, he kept trying to touch her hand. And she kept pulling her hand back, and he kept trying to touch her hand. And he bought her a drink, and the more the conversation, she did all kind of little subtle things to
She shouldn't have,
Dissuade him.
she shouldn't have took the
she
drink.
put her earbuds in her ear at one point.
Oh, he
And
can't
so
take hints.
He tapped her and she
tapped
it
her?
out.
Oh, he crazy.
Yeah, so
Go to another bar, friend.
So eventually she said she just paid her bill. He said, "Oh no, I got it." She was like, "No,
Heck no.
I'll pay it myself."
crazy.
She said, "You can pay for your drink." And she actually said, "What's going on with dating now?" She said, "What happened to pickup lines?" So what was like?
I hated pickup lines. Please don't use a pickup line on
First
me.
off, how old is this young
Yeah.
man?
No, she didn't know how old he was because
Oh, she just knew he was younger?
Because
Yeah.
she's 40,
Mm.
and she was like, she just knew he was younger.
Mhm.
Because she seemed like he was taken aback when she said, because she tried to use her age as, okay, little man, like, go
That's
ahead.
how she little man them.
Yeah, like, okay, like, go ahead. This is my age. And she said he was taken aback, but he still kept trying. And she was like, why is this what is
Don't touch
going on
me.
with dating?
Oh.
First off, I would have punched him. Like, sir, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, please stop touching me. I've said that to some. Please don't touch me.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
touch me.
no, that's not okay.
And she just kept
keep a
looking
wet
at
wipe
him.
case and bum try to
what
touch
about
me.
my vibes is inviting you to invade my space? Now you're in my personal space.
No, some men really don't care.
Yeah, like, this
Some
is
men,
my space.
They just don't care. Like, I'm gonna keep probing until she break. And a lot of women
They want a
be
Steve
breaking
Urkel
them
situation.
but it's some younger girls that be like, oh, okay, like, what's up?
Oh no. I'm
So
gonna be
what's
like,
the-
okay,
what's
let's
the-
go.
What would be the probably the weirdest way or something somebody tried that was just like, oh my God, get away from me, to pick you up or to get your number?
I've had, oh my God.
I'm trying to think.
Moving here, when I moved
Where you
here,
from?
I'm from New York.
Okay, I heard an accent. I knew it was
Yeah.
up north, but okay.
So when I moved here, the first year I was in Walmart and I saw this guy. He's clearly younger than me. Clear. It's obvious. He's 10 plus younger. And he was like, "Hey, how you doing? You think I could get your number?" And I was like, "No, sweetie, I'm sorry." Like, and he
No,
was like, "Well, why
sweetie.
not?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm not. And he's like, "Oh, okay." So then a couple of weeks later, I saw him. No, it wasn't. It was a couple of days later. I was in the same Walmart. Saw him again. Hey,
Does he
hey.
work there?
No. Then he said, "Hey, can I get your number?" And I said, "You don't remember me?" And he was like, "No, what do you mean?" I said, "You just saw me a couple of days ago." But no, I told you then, and I'm telling you now, no, you can't have my number. So then, like 2-3 months fast forward, my nieces come to visit, and we're in Walmart, and I was like, oh my God, he's in Walmart again. And this time he's walking around, like acting like he's doing something, but he's following me and my nieces. And I was like, this man, he tried to talk to me. twice in this Walmart. And they was like, what? And I was like, yes. And so my nieces, as soon as they see somebody trying to talk to me and I'm not interested, mom, like, yeah, let you think she got more than one kid. Mom, can you help me with something? And then he was like, hey, how you doing? And my niece was like, no, she doesn't want to talk to you. Like, she doesn't want to talk to you. And he was like, oh, that's your mom? She was like, yes, she doesn't want to talk to you. Thank you. Dragged me away.
It's the fact that he forgets you every time.
I'm not lying. Are y'all ready for this?
Not a fourth time.
I can't make my life up. I'm in the loft with my sister-in-law and niece. And I'm sitting down and I just feel weird. I look over, he's sitting right next to me. And he's like, hey, how you doing? I said, are you kidding me? He was like, do you think I could get your number? I said, yo, you really don't remember me? My sister-in-law, she already heard the story multiple times. My sister-in-law, that's like one of my best friends. Uh-huh. She said, no, you can't. She was like, do you not remember her? Remembers. And so he acted like he was getting a drink. He was like, no, I never seen you before. And but he looked off, like something he looked a little Dirk-a-dersh.
Dirk-a-dersh?
I just call that for people that's off. Like,
we better make up a whole word.
Because you know, New Yorkers, we go, oh, he's 730. He's 730. Dirk-a-dersh, 730. Something is off about him. And then now I still see him. I saw him in the mall with my niece. And my niece was like, I swear, if he comes near you, I see him in almost every store. And he always act like he don't know me. I said he got one more time.
Do you think at this point it's an act?
I don't know. That's why I say he might be a little 730.
Huh. I don't even have nothing to top that. That's
and he's tried every time.
It's just continuous.
I'm like, I know I change my hair often, but I don't change it that much to where
your face ain't changing.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's so
and then the question might be, like, how many people does he do this to?
Right. Because first of all, you always in these stores. Are you buying anything or are you here to just try to pick up somebody?
He never walks out with anything.
Yeah. That's
when
it.
He
That's
was at the loft, he ain't buy a drink. He act like he was. And then he left after he realized my sister and niece, my niece being Elle's daughter back there, she was staring at him like she has a mean dead stare, and it's just like, go away.
Yeah, nah.
And it's so and she was with me quite a few times when we saw him. She said, oh my God.
It's him again.
Like, we start running to each other if we see him in public. Like, look, there we go.
Opposite direction, please.
And he's tried every time.
That's the weird part. Like, how do you forget every time?
That's why I think it's an act. I don't think.
But if you see him,
it can't be real.
It looked like the
he's
mall is
really
open, but ain't nobody shopping.
Okay, all right. Well, then it could be. He could be 7. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, because he be like, do I? And you could look in his eyes like he really might not remember. But that also concerning.
Might go to show how many times he does it.
Right.
That's the thing. That might be the thing.
Yeah, he does it so much that
to women.
Yeah, that the women start running together. He can't keep up.
Oh Lord.
He can't keep track of who he's trying to holler at and who he hasn't.
So yeah, that's been my weirdest situation for somebody to try to like talk to me.
I don't think no. First off, I probably would stop going to all the places. I wouldn't go to nobody's store. I don't know if I have a weird one. Ooh, you probably should ask me this question beforehand because you know my memory bad. On purpose. Like, I file stuff away so that like,
you don't.
Yeah, so I don't have to recall this stuff. Okay. Come back to me. Maybe I'll come up with something that by the end of the show.
All right, so we're talking about we pretty much.
Wait, we didn't not answer this lady's question.
Well, there is no.
Okay, what's the question?
Her question was actually, how do you, because it goes into, I think, with the next part of what you are wanting to talk about. How do you know when someone's really changed versus just being better at hiding the same old behavior?
Yeah, and
that's what her question was.
Something similar to like, what's the difference between a red flag and growing pains? Because some things happen because sometimes you just make a bad decision because you were young, didn't know any better and stuff like that. So that might be a part of it. And then other things are this is just a red flag. So how do you distinguish between the two? I think that's.
I think she would need more experience with that person to understand whether he's changed his actual behavior or if he's just hiding I honestly think he's hiding.
The real
yeah, because she said he ghosts for 2 days and then he's doing this to the ex. That's probably regular behavior, but she just don't know him like that to understand that that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only way you know if somebody's changed if you actually have like a long-term relationship and y'all go through the trenches and they're like, I'm changed. And then y'all break up, y'all separate for a while, and then he comes back like, I'm changed, I'm done. Or she comes back, I'm changed, I'm not this person anymore. Can you please give me another chance?
Like my grandma said,
And then
not at my tender age. I'm not going through that.
Not her tender age. Hey, grandma.
I'm not going.
Shout out to grandma.
Right.
I'm not going through that in my tender age.
Yeah,
I just don't have time. I don't have time.
Time will tell, honestly.
Yeah. And I think like that is the case. And in her case, where he said that she met him when he said he'd already changed,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be asking some probing questions around, okay, so how long ago are we talking?
Right.
And what exactly is it that you did in order to change? And how are you applying whatever those? So you say you went to therapy. Listen, therapy is going to only work as well as
much as you work.
Yeah, as you work it, as honest as you are with your therapist, and then as, you know, how much fidelity are you actually applying whatever it is that you are learning in therapy. Because I don't know, therapy has become a trend. I do think that most folks need to be in therapy, but I mean, including myself, like I'm not excluding me, but you know, speaking from experience, therapy can only work as well as you allow it to work.
Yep.
And so I think to Khori's point, like that time does absolutely factor in. And then I want to know what actions are you putting behind this change?
Yep.
Because after a certain
Isn't therapy an action though? Isn't being in therapy like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if you're saying that you changed?
That's good. You could talk to your therapist, but after therapy,
what else are you doing? Like
Okay.
what strategy, skills, things are you putting into practice? Like if you have the same behavior or you're doing the same things, but you're saying you're in therapy, then therapy doesn't amount to anything. That
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right.
And so yeah, I wouldn't discount it. And also, like, while I do believe that people can change, I really do believe that people can change. After a certain age, the number of people that do
Mm-hmm.
After a certain age, I think you just are who you are.
Yeah, starts to shrink considerably. So when you were saying earlier, like what the mistakes that I made when I was younger, or you know, the bad decisions that I made whenever I was younger. Okay, cool. Like we all out here doing dumb stuff when we're younger. But you 30, 40 years old, I'll say 40 and on up years old, and you still out here doing the same stuff and making the same decisions.
That part.
I won't say it's impossible, but my faith in it is gonna dwindle.
Yeah, definitely.
Your faith in the change.
My faith in the changes is gonna start shrinking. So
because you are who you are
Yeah.
after a certain age.
yeah, and when you start practicing the same behaviors over and over and over and over, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a reason why that saying exists. And so if you're gonna break patterns, you're gonna have to do that quick, fast, and in a hurry, because after a while that stuff becomes ingrained. It becomes natural.
Yep.
And so it's harder.
It's a bad
for it to-
habit.
Yeah.
And then the person that you're dealing with needs patience to wait on you to change.
Yeah.
You ain't got no
That
patience.
sounds like a lot.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it depends on what we waiting on. Because, you know, we talked about acrimony
Yeah.
a few episodes
I
ago.
still stand by what I said.
And I still say,
I still stand by
indefinitely,
what-
that's still my same question.
She never put a time on it. The
Uh-uh.
second that you don't put a time on anything,
But
you
I mean,
leave
I
yourself
reserve the
open to
right.
everything.
I reserve the right to put a time on it at any point in time.
But she never did that. So she can't be mad at the outcome.
She can be mad.
She cannot be mad at the outcome.
Absolutely, she can. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, it's not a whole other conversation.
Okay, it is.
My bad.
All right, we had some people chime in.
Mhm.
My aunt,
Oh, hey, aunt.
Patricia,
Hey, auntie.
Evie's mom. I think that if you're doing that much emotional work, something is absolutely off kilt, and you were right to shut it down.
Yep.
The emotional labor should be his job, making sure he does not fall back into the old him.
Because I ain't responsible for that.
At all.
Not at all.
I am not with emotional labor, especially if we ain't in it for the long haul.
And it's only been a couple of months, and I'm in emotional labor already.
Not.
From your past.
I like you,
for
but I love
something
me
that I ain't
more.
even had nothing to do with. Like, I ain't even caused this. Like, what you're emotionally laboring through, like, that ain't even.
And I gotta deal with it.
My saying always is, I don't want to pay the bill that somebody else ran up. I don't want to pay the bill. I'm not.
I mean, I think we will.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I'm not.
You will pay. Now, the levels, there's levels to the bills that you're going to pay. But everybody's going to pay a bill.
Because nobody's 100% healed.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
and
always
never will
bring
be.
a tiny little piece.
Never will be.
And you could try your hardest not to. But we're human.
Yeah.
I get that we're human, but we're at the age where if you have not done the
You think you
work
get
on
100%
yourself-
healed?
What you mean? I think when you come into, if you're not 100% healed, why are you bringing other people into your stuff?
100%.
Nobody's
If you're
100%.
If you're not healed, why are you bringing
No,
other people into
not
your
talking
stuff?
about like you still broken. But there's always there's always going to be a part of you. Like if you're dealing with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you believe that you're healed and they do something that might trigger something from you from like 10 years ago. It's like, yo, I didn't even notice. I didn't even realize this still bothered me until she just did it. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know. You can repair yourself. Nobody's ever 100% because nobody's perfect. 100% is perfection. There is not one person out here that is walking around with 100%.
No, not at all. Okay. And to have that expectation is very much so unrealistic.
I mean, I just don't. I guess it's my patience.
All right, you need to work on it, sir. It sounds like you need to go to therapy. And also, that sounds like your imperfection.
How is that my imperfection?
I mean, that's how you're not coming in 100% healed because you ain't got no patience.
How are you sending me to therapy? That's the first thing.
I mean, we all need to go to therapy.
You
need to go to therapy too.
I go to therapy.
See? I'm about to sign up as soon as this job situation have me in one spot. I'm
go
going
to therapy. Yep.
Live and living color.
I went until I had nothing to say.
Oh, see, who is your therapist? You need to go to a different therapist.
You always have something to say.
Because they weren't asking you the right questions.
Like I've been seeing my therapist since December. This is fresh, and then I was getting to a point to where, okay, all right, I don't think
you
I
do
really
it virtually.
Yeah,
I might need to get the information.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I don't think I have anything else to talk to her about. And then just talking to family and friends, I got triggered. And it wasn't, nobody did anything to make me mad, but it was just regular conversation.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh no, I'm not healed. I'm not healed from this.
I might not be as far along as I thought I was.
And it's from, it goes back to like in my 20s. And it's just like, yeah, I ain't done. I'm not done.
But see, and that's the thing. Like, I think we talked about this before too. Relationships, especially marriage, is a very unique and specific type of relationship that's going to hold up a mirror to things that you didn't even know existed.
I mean, I know that.
So to ask for someone to come into a relationship 100% healed, how
that's naive. Your naivety scares me.
How is that even
naive.
a possibility? And you've been married before, so.
But I wasn't supposed to be. I mean, the both of us will tell you that. Like, if she was sitting here today, she would tell you we shouldn't have been married.
I mean, okay.
No, that's something to say, but guess what?
We weren't supposed to be.
You were.
Yeah.
Like off here, I'll tell you the entire. Like there was no reason for us to be married.
No,
we get
either way it goes, there's still probably.
Now I learned a lot from.
That's all I'm about to say. There are parts of and things that you probably learned from that relationship that you never would have learned as a single person.
It made me. It's going to make me a better husband the next time. Because I'm going to get married again. I want to get married again. People,
you sure?
Because that's why you're supposed to be married.
You out here looking for perfection.
But that's why you were supposed to be married. To teach you some things. Because if you weren't married, can you say you'd be that person right now?
No. Because going through my marriage, first year wasn't good. Second year, probably the best year of my life. Second year married to her, best relationship I ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Year 3, the worst year ever in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just when we realized that we shouldn't have been married. I think she was
Mm-hmm.
27. I was like 32.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't as mature. I think that when you're married, there's a level of maturity you have to have to be able to deal with the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the things that kind of are gonna come up. Finding out different parts, because even if I knew her for about 2 years before we got married, and a lot of stuff we did was out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Kids before we got married. Kids is kind of what influenced us to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Her religion influenced us to get married, and we got married, and stuff just didn't mix. But throughout this whole process, I learned how to deal with the things that I know that marriage reveals things that the person didn't even know was there. Like there was times where, like she cussed me slam out, and she'd be like, and we would talk, and she'd be like, I wasn't even like this before. You made me like this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never felt this type of way towards anybody but you. And then there was things that she did that I got upset with her about. So it was just a never-ending cycle of two people who just. And then at one point, she said something about my oldest daughter. It was that plus my youngest daughter said something, and it was like, okay, because now it's affecting kids.
Mm-hmm.
And once that starts to happen, and I know that the kids learn about how to deal with, and I've said this many times on the show, young girls figure out how they should be treated from a man from where they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And young men learn how to treat a woman from what they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like whether we're parenting apart or together, they need to not see the crystal side of things, not see the good side of everything. Because there's gonna be disagreements, and you got to learn how to deal with disagreements. But I do think that if I had not been married, I would not be the husband I'm going to be.
So
later.
To that point, like, do you think that couples therapy should be something that is done from the beginning when the problem arises, or not at all?
No, I'm a person now. My belief is you need to have couples therapy leading in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, before marriage.
Before marriage.
For sure.
I think you have to have couples therapy going in. And then I think that you need to set up regular check-ins or checkups with a therapist. Like even if you don't want to do a weekly or a monthly, I think that you and your wife or husband need to agree to, hey, every 3 months we're going to go and see a therapist. That led us into this marriage. Just sort of a mental check-in. We'll see them together and we'll see them individually just to kind of mentally check in. And then because I think that's what'll make it easier if when something arises, you already have a relationship with a therapist that you can call and be like, hey, look, we having some rough go. We need to come in. Can we talk? When things were going bad for me in my marriage, I brought up the idea of therapy. I wanted to go to a therapist. She was like, well, if we're going to have anybody do therapy, she wanted it to be somebody from her congregation. And so it was her uncle. It was her Uncle James. And I told the story a couple weeks ago, and Uncle James, like
good old Uncle James.
Uncle James, amazing man. And he would talk about stuff, and as soon as he'd walk out the door, she'd go right back to acting however she act. And she was like, well, he don't run this house.
She didn't take it seriously because that was a relative.
And now we're friends now. Me and her are friends now.
That's great.
We joke about a lot of this. My son hates it. Like, Caden, y'all always playing like y'all ain't ruined my life. He said, I want y'all to stop the jokes. He
needs therapy.
What that man's life.
He got PTSD, Pofang.
And Katie just walked out. He just walked out the room. But we have very playful and we joke a lot, and we've had a chance to like clear the air on a lot of stuff.
That's great.
And we've really said that she said that there was some things she wished she would have done. But she does believe, and I believe that she doesn't think that we should have been married at that time because we were not ready for marriage. And we said, had we met each other today, that might be a different story because we're both totally different people. but where we don't want to be with each other. Been there, done that.
Mhm.
We're cool.
Yeah.
But she says that our marriage did affect how she moved forward,
Mhm.
and I think I wouldn't be the person I am. I definitely wouldn't be the parent I am.
Mhm.
And I know I wouldn't be the husband I'm going to be if it wasn't for that situation. If it
Okay.
wasn't for me being married before.
So you still looking for 100%?
No, listen.
Thank you, Khori. Please.
Just
Help him
because I am looking for it.
Why
doesn't
are you
mean-
looking for that?
Why are you looking for perfection?
Well, because I think that's my
Oh wait,
No, that's-
let's first ask you, what is 100%? Can you define that?
100% healed.
If that's
Yeah.
100% healed or 100% of
whatever it is that
100%
you
healed,
say
because we
that
were
you're
talking about
looking for.
healed.
you talked about
Yeah.
healed.
Yeah.
100% healed to me is where your past does not affect me.
Yusuf, sign up for being a monk or something because you're going to be single forever.
Okay. I don't think that's true.
When you say your past, are you talking in the tone of when women come, oh, are you sneaking around or are you cheating on me? Because I think all men ain't stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is it like, are you talking about something like that?
No,
or
I
if it's
think
like something so tiny that you might do to where a past relationship, like she doesn't like it. It's like, oh, I don't like that you do that. Like my ex used to do that. And not in the sense of a comparison, but it's
But
just
more so,
something
it's
that
something that's-
I don't like.
Okay, now if something I'm doing is triggering you, I think that's a little bit different. I think I
That's
can
your
deal with that.
past.
No, but I think
Something
no.
causes you to be
But
triggered.
it's a past thing.
But if it's something, but then that's what I'm saying. So if it's something that I do because of something because it's the person I am,
Mm-hmm.
then we don't need to be together. Because if this is going to consistently trigger you of something from your past that I just do, that's just a part of who I am. Then
So
we
what
don't
do
need
you
to be
mean from like, I need you to define
together.
more so.
Okay, like okay, I once got into it with someone I was dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
and something that I do triggers her, and then something that she does trigger me.
Mm-hmm.
So like when she gets upset, she curses.
Mm-hmm.
Me? You cussing me? Done, son. I ain't saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
I shut all the way down. You keep on going. If you raise your voice, you start cussing at me, I'm out. Because I say, when I left my marriage, wasn't nobody talking to me like that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. It was never going to happen again. I'll shut down and I'll be out.
You know, a lot of people cuss, right?
It's different. It's different cursing while you're talking to me and
Right.
cursing at me.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Mhm.
You could cuss, be frustrated, and cuss while you're talking to me.
Right.
I'm good. That's fine. Because I know people curse.
Mhm.
I curse more than the average person. But
Did you say more than the average person? My gosh.
Listen, if you watch me coach, you know that. But even though I curse while talking, I don't curse at the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You won't tolerate disrespect.
Yeah, I just won't tolerate the disrespect of it. And so
that sounds more like you know what your deal breakers are.
Yeah.
yeah, so but if there's something, so I forget what it was. I did that. When you do that, it triggers it. That's why I respond like this, because when you do this, and I was like,
And
what are you
that
talking-
leads to one of your deal breakers. And all of us have different deal breakers.
Mhm.
But to say that your past, you want to be with someone whose past is not going to affect you. How so?
Okay,
how?
so like to Khori's point, like, if I don't text you,
Mhm.
if I don't, I'm not a phone like talk on the phone person.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got to talk on the phone when we getting to know each other, so that's cool. But after that,
Because this day and age, everybody better start adapting
after we
to
get,
being phone people. I'm just saying.
I'm more of a spend time with
Right,
you
quality
person.
time.
Yeah, I'm more
The
of a
time that you don't have. Okay.
hey now,
Carry on,
hey
sir.
now, what we not gonna do?
I'm just saying, you also brought up in one of the podcasts that you ain't got no time. So
I
like,
don't.
We did talk about that.
yeah, like, so
I
what is
know.
the compromise here?
The compromise here is I have to find a way to spend time with you. That's the
Okay, but
that's what I'm doing.
continue,
Yeah,
though.
so-
On with
but
this
anyway,
story.
so like if I don't contact you for the day,
Mm-hmm.
it may not be because, or I don't contact you first.
Mhm.
It may not be because I'm
listening.
doing anything.
Yeah.
But it could be because my day was just busy.
You know that's hard to trust somebody, right?
First of all, it don't take no long time to send nobody no texts. That's number one.
And and you can't blame a person's past for something like that, because you might be an honest person.
I'm legitimately
no.
You ain't that busy.
I understand
See,
that.
and that's
but
what
you
I
ain't
get.
Beyonce.
But you're not.
Huh?
You're not.
You ain't Beyonce. You ain't
Oh
got
my
a
Lord.
million and
My
one
thing
tour.
is-
I'm saying Beyonce stay on tour. She got 3 kids she got to worry about. She always somewhere. When I say Beyonce, I mean on the level of the celebrityism to where
Even if you
don't
Beyonce,
have.
Everybody have their phones in
Oh,
their
my
hands.
Lord.
Their phones are since
Like if
since
me
I've
and
been-
you are talking and you go 12 hours and I don't hear nothing,
I wouldn't say you wouldn't hear nothing, but it would go.
but you just said
No,
I
no,
go to day.
Yeah, but you're
That's
right.
the day.
Okay,
That
so
is
okay,
12
okay,
hours.
okay,
12
okay.
hours.
Okay, so I'll give you that. But why you can't text me then?
But what if they
Are
did?
you gonna text back?
That's the thing,
Because
because
if you
No,
can text back,
No, I was told.
because it's like don't text me 6 hours later. That's
But,
the day.
but also now, I do got some rules on text.
man, you got too many dang
No,
on.
See,
any
you need
text-
therapy. You got trauma. You are not healed. You
all the stuff that you're asking from the person,
You're giving them PTSD.
No,
You gonna
no,
make them
any-
start twitching. It's gonna
no,
get
any
all
text-
that therapy they did.
Any text,
It's gone.
Any text outside of 6 lines, I'm not reading. I read the first 6 lines.
I told Yusuf that he needs to be with someone who for real doesn't have anything going on.
Why?
That can center their lives.
No, I do
Oh,
not.
right.
No, I need somebody
No,
who's
I
busy.
think he needs somebody who's busy, girl.
I need somebody who got a life.
No,
Because if he has somebody that don't have a life, they're gonna be
first
waiting.
off, if he got with somebody that was super busy, they would never have time for each other.
Oh, this is true.
But
No,
if you got
you gotta line it up.
Nah. You
sir,
was just telling me the other episode how you don't even know how to line it up.
you know what time
almost.
management is.
I tried.
I tried.
I tried.
That's why I said that you need to be with someone who can kind of curtail their life around your
Oh
life.
yeah, she does
No, I
make
don't
sense
want
with
that
that.
though.
You don't want it, but that's all you have to
Oh, well,
offer
you gotta
right
have to
now.
change
I
up
don't
your life.
want that.
But that's all you
I
got to
don't want
offer
them- I
right
want-
now.
Y'all
No,
gonna be
I
like
got more to
two
offer.
shit.
I
No,
got
I'm not talking about.
Passing in the night.
I don't mean in the sense of like you don't bring that to the table, but I'm talking about the quality time. You already talk about how busy you are.
And that's one of
She
your top
means in the
priorities is
sense of
quality
you need
time, and you ain't got no
somebody
time.
who can
That is one
who
of my
can
top
get
priorities.
on the bus with you, go to the hotel with
That's
you
gonna
and
be
the
quality
team.
time. Thank you.
With you and the team who
Keep
can
going, Khori.
just
Help 'em out.
be
Help 'em out.
with you.
No, I don't want nobody helping me doing
They
this.
didn't, we didn't say
You
help.
just said helping me out.
We said
Ronnie,
helping you out in the sense. You
just said
taking
helping me
everything
out.
too
all
literal
the
right
folks in
now.
America,
Just-
Yusuf needs to sign up for therapy
needs therapy.
tomorrow.
What you mean?
Because why would you want somebody to help you?
Yeah, what is
What
that?
is with
What
that
is
word that triggered?
That was a trigger.
All right, now
I don't want nobody to help me.
Okay, no,
Real loud,
because,
real loud and real deep.
and this is where, and I think this is where I'm not 100% here.
Oh.
Because that's the
There we
thing.
go.
Because that's
Thank
the thing.
you.
I will say, I'll give you that because the second you let a woman help you,
Lies.
the
You letting the
second
wrong
you let a
people
woman
help
Choose
help
your
you-
next words wisely. Okay?
You letting the
telling
wrong
you,
ones help
the
you.
second you let a woman help you and something happens or you do something, you don't remember when I did this?
No, that's the
I
women
did
you
this
were
for you.
dealing with. See, that's
did
why
this for you.
that's why you have to be more healed so you can stop dealing with women that throw stuff in your face.
No,
A woman ain't gonna do that.
If we're equal,
If
in
we're a
this thing,
partnership,
it doesn't. You're
ever
helping
throw
me.
it up
I'm
in his
helping
face
you.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Because I had a person that, do you understand the sacrifices I made for you? I said, why are you
See, that's
only...
what I'm like.
And
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm
why
saying.
you only think you're the
Exit
only one
stage
who
left.
made sacrifices?
Exactly.
I just don't throw them in your face because I'm not going to do that to you. But still, since you want to, now you can take you and your sacrifices and go out my door.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't. I don't want anybody that's gonna be like and take whatever
Yeah,
it
but
is they
that's-
do and just go.
So
But
you
that's
think
the
you can
person
be
you
independently
choose.
working in a relationship? Like
No. I'm not saying.
No, he's talking about he don't want it to backfire and they throw it in his face.
Like I
But
got.
a
I'm gonna
person-
tell you
but
a
to
thing.
say
Something I
that-
got.
but
Something I
to
got.
say
The
that you
woman
don't
that
want
she's
help at
describing,
all.
the woman she's describing would be your perfect partner. It's like, I want to be there. I don't think she would throw it in your face.
because she ain't got nothing else going on. So her
Right.
life.
No, but that's,
And it's not
that's-
as in like
that's
she
not
doesn't
it.
have a life. It's women out here. It would be more in the traditional sense of I'm my part. This is my partner's
Let
dream.
me cater
Like
to
I don't
you.
like.
Let me-
I don't really have
I'm-
a dream kind of thing.
Well, then
but I
My dream is your dream.
I invest into my partner's dream. I want to be a partner with him.
Well,
And
then I'll
there
say
is
this.
nothing wrong with
then
it
Well, then I will
at
say,
all.
Then I think I could say this. I lack balance. I do.
You said lack or
I lack balance.
Okay.
I lack
LACK.
balance.
Capitals.
Capitals. Jesus Christ. But what somebody did tell me one time, they tried to put me in my place.
Ooh.
They said, you make time for the stuff you want to make time for.
This is true. Because you binge watch a show now.
Did you hear the cough in the background?
Yeah, like
What our producer
like
got
a
to
shot.
say back there?
How many shows have you binge watched in the last month?
The other day, I binged Cheaters.
How many
Cheaters
episodes is it?
Cheaters is like, it's on Netflix. Really good show. Really good show. Watch it. It's a London-based, England-based
How
show.
many episodes is it?
12.
how
12, 8 to
how
12.
long are the episodes?
About an hour. It's a
That man said he ain't got time.
no, but hey, wait.
You binge like you sat the 12 hours and watched them
No,
all?
like because I do a lot of travel, so I do a lot of driving, and so I gotta.
So you driving and you watching
Yeah, I put an
TV.
iPad on my dashboard.
Do you not understand how dangerous this is?
It's not dangerous.
You know what?
I can see the road.
Hold on. Ready?
I might do that with the phone, not an iPad.
Hold on, you ready?
I can see the road.
Hi, this is Khori, and we are live from Florence, South Carolina. This is therapy with Yoshi. Yoshi, I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
First off, you need to stop driving with your TV and your dashboard, okay? With your iPad and your dashboard. That can be potentially dangerous. Okay? And then next to me, we have his dear friend who is concerned for him just as much as I am.
Real concern.
But
There is a concern here.
If you have any other questions, please call 555-YOSHI. Okay? Because this is dangerous, Yoshi.
I find ways to multitask.
Does Yoshi need therapy? Send a number 1 if he does, a number 2 if he doesn't, a 3 if it's without a doubt.
Oh, holding down 3.
Send it to him right now, please.
This is me holding down
'Cause
3.
what? Now, we're not judging you.
Of
We're very
course.
concerned.
Did you say of course?
Of course.
No, I said we're not judging
I know,
you.
of course you
Okay.
are. Yeah,
No, I'm not.
But the thing is, not judging you, but I think we're more realistic
Yes.
about what a relationship is and maybe
So you think I'm delusional?
You're no, not delusional, but you're a little in the
Maybe.
clouds. I need you to land, Yoshi.
that's
No.
the very definition of delusional, Khori.
I was
So it's-
trying
so-
to be
so it's-
nice
so
about it.
So what
Bit
you're
in
saying-
the clouds.
so what
You're
saying
not
is-
delusional.
What you're saying is it's impossible for me to end up in a relationship. Is what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
No, not impossible.
It's
Nah, I
impossible.
did not say impossible.
You need to change your expectations.
Yeah, I think
for
that
sure.
I think some shifts and some changes are going to
Yeah.
definitely need to happen.
But that's what therapy is for.
Exactly.
Therapy
Because
helps you
it is
understand.
possible.
It is definitely possible.
It is possible.
Y'all talking to me like.
But you,
I mean, I'm trying to
but
encourage
you was like, you want your woman to have something and be doing something.
Yeah,
but you the busiest man on earth.
No, I'm not. Well, that's an exaggeration. I'm.
I
you
mean,
will
you've
go
been
to sleep
preaching that.
tonight, an idea will pop in your head. You will wake up tomorrow morning and start trying to execute on whatever that idea was that popped in your head.
When your birthday?
On top of all the 30,000 things that you
When's
already
your birthday?
got
I need to
going
know your sign.
December 30th.
Oh my God. Capricorn.
What does that have to do?
No,
with
you know, Capricorns are just are well-known hustlers.
on.
Y'all don't know how to not be busy.
I can't. No, that's the thing. I can't. Like I can't.
Y'all don't know how to sit
unless
still.
unless I have company or something like that.
Yeah, y'all don't know
I
how to
can't
sit
just
still.
sit at the house.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Sit at the house. I'm gonna go.
Exactly.
I'm gonna lose it.
It has
Like,
a lot to
I
do
have
with
to
your
be
sign.
doing something. Like I have the TV. I'll be editing a podcast, and I have something binging something on television. Or during basketball season, I'm doing a game plan, watching film. I'm always doing like 10 different things.
Yeah, I know.
But but I think that if someone was to come into my life,
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie.
that would understand.
Look at there. They already got to
Wait.
compromise.
Wait, they don't have to compromise.
Understand.
That would understand and adjust slightly. I would meet them the rest of the way.
Why you can't be the one to adjust it?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying I'm going to meet them because
Why you can't adjust first?
Why can't I adjust first?
Yes, you said they got to adjust slightly, and then you want to meet them the rest of the way.
I'll meet them the rest
What's
of the way.
adjusting?
You need to get somebody that ain't got nothing going on. They
No,
ain't got to
no,
adjust
no,
nothing.
no.
No, I need to know what's
I think
adjusting.
I think that okay, am I busy? I did date someone one time who lived in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I found my way to Charlotte.
Yeah, you don't need no long distance relationship.
Of course, that's a recipe for disaster.
Mm-mm.
What you don't need,
I wish I could zoom in on my face right now because
that ain't it. Try
That is
again,
not
Cleophas. Try again.
not Cleophas.
Try again, my guy.
No, wait, let me. So
How long did that last?
I found myself in. She broke it off. It wasn't even me.
Man, why?
Why?
She broke it off. She said that because for me things have to be planned. Okay, something because
Why did she break it off? Stop telling us the backstory. I just need an answer.
I have to.
Gotta have some content.
I have two sons that I raised by myself. And she was more of an up and go person. I'm going here. I'm going here.
She wasn't a parent.
A planner. No, she was a parent.
Oh.
But she had more of a village around her to help her with her kids.
Oh, that's what we were talking about the other day. Okay.
Yeah, so she can up and just, hey, mama.
I got a village, but I still can't just up.
I'm going to
right. This got to be some plan.
I'm going to Greece
that part.
for a week. You know what I'm saying?
Greece?
Yeah.
That's she going all the way out in the country, man.
Yeah, so
she got fucking money. Get it all for her.
Oh no, she had it. So for me, I can't just go, okay, here, take them and go off for a week.
I'm a full-time single dad.
She kind of would do this often and want to just go take trips and want to do stuff. And I would tell her, I said, it's not a money thing. It's a where am I going to take my kids thing? Their mama live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just up and go. They go to school here.
Right.
So it's not like there's anybody here who I can say, hey, stay the night at this house for a week and make sure they go to school and stuff like that. So I don't have any family here. So that's out. So that was difficult. And eventually over time, she wanted to be on the go and do stuff. And I kind of can't at the drop of a hat do that. It has to be more planned for me. Right. So we just didn't line up. We saw each other a good bit. Sometimes I would drive up there. Sometimes she would drive down here. So it worked. And a long distance relationship, to the contrary, did work because during the week it wasn't any expected spending of time.
Right.
FaceTime here and there, we was good.
But you still supporting my claim that you need to be with somebody that ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah.
Because she had a lot going on. And it didn't work.
I do need to date somebody who has children.
No,
for sure.
I do need to date somebody or somebody who likes kids and understands a single parent. Even if they don't have, they need to understand what being a single parent is.
People without no kids don't understand that. They don't got kids, so they never gonna understand it. They gonna claim. I mean, they can sympathize.
Sympathize.
That's it.
Maybe not understand, but sympathize.
That's the furthest it go.
And then eventually they be out. But y'all jumped on me today.
I mean, this was kind of inevitable.
Topic. Right.
We knew this was going to happen.
That was easy.
You was out here. You opened the door. We walked in.
So you still looking for 100%?
I think.
You're not 100%.
Yes or no?
What you?
I want yes or no. I don't want no you think nothing.
No additional content.
Tune in next week and you'll find out.
That's a yes. He's still looking for.
I've been to the gym too.
Updates.
Have
you been taking pictures?
No, I'm not doing. I told you I'm not doing that. I told you.
You told the people that you were going to take pictures so we keep up with your progress.
I take videos. I would post the videos.
Okay, did you do that?
No, I did not. I didn't have time to put the camera up.
Did you do the raw diet?
I did do the raw diet.
But how long?
I did it for 4 days.
With fidelity?
Yes, I didn't have nothing else, but I was a rabbit for 4 days.
Okay, did you see some effects?
Yeah, I got a lot more energy because I'm not gonna plug this, but I did do the Rise mushroom coffee thing. And it has helped with I've felt the difference with my energy and focus and stuff. It's been usually at about 2:30, I'm ready for a nap. But it's been that. I think I'm down about 3 pounds right now. Okay. So I'm continuing on.
Look at there. Yusuf making progress. Go Yusuf.
But we had a question of the day. It was, your partner's best friend confesses they've always liked you. What are you doing with that info?
Telling my partner?
Nothing. Get away from me. He can't come over here no more.
And that's why I'm going to have to tell my partner, because I'm going to have to give you a reason why your partner can't come over. Why your friend can't come over here no more.
Yeah.
I'm snitching.
I'm like, oh, I'm flattered. Not. Why would you even say that? Are you trying to ruin relationships? Because you know you just ruined your friendship. So.
And if you don't believe me, that's gonna be a whole different situation.
If your partner doesn't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got a couple of answers here. First, I'd tell him I'm not interested. Then I have to talk to my partner, and he can decide what he wants to do about his friend.
Yeah, that's wild.
Monique says, telling my partner. Yvonne said, I would, but then in their I would put them in their place. Then I would let him know. Best friends shouldn't be looking at their friend's man like that anyway. Pat said, depends on how she look.
At least Pat's honest.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting them in the same room. Matter of fact, so it won't be no discrepancies in the story or nothing. Like we gonna all
what
talk
you
about
told me
this
the other
together.
day?
Yeah, like, hey, what'd you say?
Why you lying?
Yep.
Derek said, you check that foolishness off Jump Street and include your partner in every part of it. That's to your point.
Mm-hmm.
JJ said, I don't play for that team, and you could have kept that to your damn self. Then tell my wife best friend is a man.
Oh, I was like, wait, what is happening?
I was like, what's going on?
Pat came back and said something else. But you really believe your girl gonna believe you when she loves her friend? That's a good point.
That's why we getting everybody together.
If you tell, well, if she say, I didn't say that.
I wish my best friend.
If your best friend, if your is that
because after a certain point, my man is my best friend.
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know about
after
that.
a certain point in our relationship, that is my best.
Because we talked about that when we was at Up on the Roof.
We did.
We talked about that. Can your husband be or wife be your best friend?
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Not talking about everything under the sun, because there are some things that girl code. This is what me and my best friend talk about. But there's so many couples that have that relationship to where when the wife hears something, she be like, babe, let me put you on real quick. That's her best friend.
I want my partner to be one of my best friends.
Yeah,
I won't say that
for sure.
he will hold the only best friend title, but he will be the highest on that list.
Yep.
And definitely be one of my best friends. Like, because when I think about best friend is when something good happens to me, who's the first person I want to call? When something bad happens to me, who's the first person I want to call?
Yep.
And if it ain't you, that's a problem. What we doing?
I mean,
that part.
But that's your husband, so I would assume that would be the first person.
Not if you ain't my friend.
You'd be surprised.
Because that's friendship level. Like me wanting to call you and share things, that goes beyond romantic. You know, like the day-to-day cares of life or whatever the case is. Me wanting to share intimate parts of myself. And when I'm saying intimate parts of myself, I'm talking about my life.
Yeah.
That goes beyond, you know, just the day-to-day I love you and, you know, whatever. So, yeah. If I don't want to share that with you, then, baby, what we doing?
Okay. Valid.
Wait, what would you have done in this situation if the best friend tried to talk to you?
I'd have had to get like, what's it called? Mission Impossible.
What?
You do the absolute freaking
What does that mean?
I would put my phone, like I'd have my phone and I'd press like record.
Oh. Just so you can have the proof?
Pocket.
So you don't think your woman would believe you?
She probably think I'm playing. Because I'm really, like in a relationship, I'm really playful. And I
Not
cry
about
and I
nothing
joke.
like that.
I would never think he playing.
And I would say it and I would probably,
you'd probably say it like, yo, homegirl tried to talk to me.
Be like, yeah, I was messing with your girl, try to holler at me.
I would hope that you wouldn't joke about nothing like that.
Yeah,
no.
Nah, I'm just real playful. So like,
that's how.
That's about that.
That's kind of like it sounds like defense mechanism.
Why are you trying to send me to therapy? Like,
it don't sound like she's sending you. It sound like you're in it.
We're here.
How is it a defense mechanism if I say I would laugh?
No, that's how a lot of people handle uncomfortable situations.
I wouldn't laugh in front of her.
No. But it's like the way you, she tried to talk to me. That's a defense thing.
And then probably what I would say would be like funny. your girl tried to make me Cookie Monster.
Let's
something
start
like that.
healing.
Like,
Your
I'd be,
girl
right
trying to make
now.
you Cookie Monster.
I feel like something like that. Is what
Yusuf,
I'd be
please.
like-
Because I would probably chop you in your throat for saying some foolishness like that. Like, what are you talking about?
We need to
Like, what is
start
happening?
healing now. Okay.
Like, what?
She tried to give me a fruit of balloons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just.
I hope you wouldn't say nothing like
And
that.
then she'd be like,
'Cause
"Man,
if
you
you-
lying?" Then I'll take my phone out, click, hey, this her.
She would be upset with both of y'all.
Why?
One, why
'Cause,
you
I
think
mean,
this is funny
it
to
would-
do this like
would
that?
It would be on thing that me being serious and telling her, "Nah, I can't do that," and I'm gonna tell your girl. Because I would tell her I'm gonna tell her friend.
No. We know that. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I'ma shut
talking to
that
your
down.
woman.
No, my woman is gonna be because it's just go.
She's gonna be mad because it's
I'm
like,
about
yo,
to
do you
say,
think that's funny to where you even presented it like that?
She's
I
about
be
to
like, I don't
potentially
understand.
lose her best friend, and you out here joking.
She's already lost her best friend. We gotta find the joy in it. We gotta
And
find something to smile about.
Therapy.
How is that joyous?
What's wrong with you?
How and what part of that is joyous?
I'm gonna tell you what's sad.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna tell you,
it's just a bad day.
I'm-
Okay, it's gonna be a bad day.
it is.
No joy.
Okay.
Give her time. Do you understand when a woman loses a best friend, it is like losing a lover. It's like losing a partner.
I get it. I mean, I'd be hurt too if I had.
She's
to lose my
gonna
best friend.
mourn that relationship.
I mean,
It's
if
serious.
it was to happen to me on the opposite side, I'm on the opposite side.
Mhm.
And she was jokey with it when she told you.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Nah, you're a man.
I wouldn't be.
Oh,
no, just two
another
things.
man
I'm gonna
tries
lose-
to push up
I'm
on
gonna
your
lose,
woman.
I'm gonna lose a best friend
Right.
in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Wow.
So you gonna drop the girl too?
No,
No.
no.
The male best friend is gonna go missing.
Yeah, because that's to me. I think for I can't speak for women because I'm not one, but I know for men that's like
It's the same thing.
it's just
It's the same thing. The feeling you getting right now about just thinking about that
your
that,
wife,
that
like
that
that's
that fake.
my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
My husband. Oh, you don't want to live past today, do you?
Yeah, like that's just and then the fact that you just threw the relationship away.
That's why we're saying to you, if that ever happens, don't play.
Yeah, I mean, you might have some. There might be some.
Praise the Lord.
He just doing this to push buttons at this.
What are you talking? Why would you say that?
You said we closing out.
When did I say that?
You said, what did you learn today?
When did I say that?
What did you learn today?
I learned that
That.
my co-hosts are trying to get me committed.
No,
Not
no,
committed.
not committed.
Committed to therapy.
Yes, absolutely.
Committed. They're trying to
Can you say you need therapy?
commit me. They're trying to commit me to $80 a week
Can you say you need therapy?
until I meet my deductible.
I mean, listen, it's worth it.
Can I say what?
Can you say you need therapy? Do you think you need therapy?
No, podcast aside, honestly,
Mhm.
I think I do.
Yeah, everybody does.
I think
That's
I
a
do.
good thing.
I think I do.
That's a good thing.
Podcast aside, I
Every
think
black
I do.
person in America
Because-
needs
Every
therapy.
single one of them.
Because I think I play when things ain't funny.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's what
Clearly.
I mean.
And
I rest
like,
my case. Exhibit A, what you just displayed with for us.
and I don't show emotion.
Mm-hmm.
and you want your person to come 100%.
That's why I said it's a defense mechanism. That's how you
outwardly.
protect
No,
yourself.
to my
the
person will
laughing.
know. I'm very like I show my emotion to my person.
No, I said you want
Yeah.
your person to come 100%
But
healed.
outwardly, I'm not gonna. Yes, it's too much work sometimes.
That's a relationship.
Huh?
A relationship is work.
Because the person you get with this year, in 3 years, they're not going to be the same person. The next year, they're
Yeah,
not
no,
going to be the same.
I mean, you
We
work
all
at,
consistently evolve.
but the
Everybody
relationship
grows.
grows.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully. You don't necessarily grow at the same pace as your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you go at the same pace, but the relationship itself grows.
But the relationship
Individually,
is made up of
though.
two people.
Individually,
Yeah.
as a person, you might not. Well, I need to water you or something if you ain't growing.
Yes,
That's
you
just-
better water.
I'm about to say, how's the relationship going to grow? If
You
the
have to
people aren't
water
growing?
each other.
Some women don't want.
Think
don't
about it.
want- don't
It's
wanna
like if
water
you
the
if
man.
you constantly withdraw from the bank, who putting the money in?
like old girl with acrimony, man, she didn't want to water
Praise.
that man.
Boy, please. She watered him for all them dang on years. Anyway, what did I learn today?
What did you learn today, Veronica?
I learned that Yusuf needs therapy.
I was about to say the same thing.
and he needs to go quickly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And
that's okay.
Seek help.
I need you to understand it's okay. It's okay.
Khori, what did you learn today?
And that Yusuf needs a hug or something. Like, he wasn't hugged enough as a child.
Oddly enough, I was not.
It's evidence.
Yo, fun fact. Here's a fun fact about me. Fun fact. Grandmother, father, mother, grandmother on the other side. Never once did I hear them say I love you. Never, not once.
What's your love
Never, not
language?
once.
Quality time.
No,
Is what he
can't
said.
possibly be. Not with that.
No, it's quality time. When I did because we did the love languages test on the show. My first one was physical touch, and my second one was quality time.
All the things that you were missing in your childhood, Mr. I don't want the past to affect me. Okay, big.
What you mean?
Khori, what did you learn?
I learned that I could be a therapist.
You can, girl. Like, go ahead and take them classes.
I need to.
And start
and
making
I've
that money.
strongly been feeling that way. Yoshi just really
He
put
confirmed
the
it for
cherry
you?
on top and he confirmed it for me.
I'm
Not saying that there's nothing wrong with you. There is, but
but
there's something wrong with all of us.
What we're not going to do.
100% perfect.
What we're not
No,
going
but
to do.
I'm kidding.
I'll tell you what we're not going to do.
I'm kidding.
We're not going to
I'm
do
just
this.
kidding.
It's
Anymore.
fun, though.
It's all love. It's all love. All
Yeah,
love.
no.
Just
So,
kidding. Did anybody press 1 or 3? Like, did you see anything come in? No? Okay.
I pressed 3.
I was just saying.
You look like you was dancing on the 3 button.
Holding it down.
Yeah. Anyway.
For everybody.
Hey, until the next time. I'm Yoshi.
I'm Ferranda.
I'm Khori.
See y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Relationship Status. Remember, you can catch us on relationshipstatuspodcast.com, iTunes, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you would like to join the conversation or leave us a dear nick, email us at relstatpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook at Relationship Status Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter at RELSTAT Podcast. And don't forget to comment, share, 5-star rate, subscribe, and review.